Hi guys, as usual, before we will begin, all the necessary links in the video description and my test system setup details for this beast are also in the video description. I am publishing this review today because on Monday there will be a one of the largest yearly AliExpress sales. So you'll be able to get that one and others from my recommended list so far, and also the link to the updated list will be in the video description. So you'll be able to get them cheaper because AliExpress will give discount codes, and some of those will be having sale prices. So you'll be able to significantly lower the price of your purchases starting from Monday. I think it will be for the 10 following days. And there's also another thing. This is the second time in this year when there will be a cashback campaign for the team. And if you join the team, again, I'll post the link in the video description. You'll be able to get up to 10% of the price, that the final lowered price that you'll get for that as a cashback. And this means that you'll be able to get some, I don't know, nice power cord for the amplifier or something like that. I know I'm cheap and I'm trying to lower the prices as much as I can with my every purchase. So now, what do we have here? Yes, I took my sweet time with this one. The thing is that this guy is so heavy that it went to the bottom of the amp stack. I received a lot of orders after a first look video for this past Aleph 5 clone, and I was putting other stuff on top of it. Same thing happened to Accuphase A75 clone, so I got both of them out recently to finish both reviews. So, what's this? This is full Class A single-ended amp designed by Nelson Pass, and the original was released around 1996. So the next year will mark something like 50 years anniversary. And originally it was priced at $3,800 back then. So that translates into something like $8,000 today. And you can still get second-hand ones now at something like $2,500, but they are very rare now. Though they are quite popular as do-it-yourself builds, and you can get one like that on AliExpress for something like $1,100. I was able to lower the price on mine up to $800 shipped, and that was with the sale price. That was lowered by coins, that was lowered by coupons, and that was slightly lowered by the VAT reduction in EU, but I did had to pay some custom fees, and that was also included in this $800 shipped. So let's talk some numbers. The first thing is the weight. It's specified as 30 kilograms. I would risk saying that it's slightly higher, something like 52, but still it's very heavy, so you have to be careful with your bag when you're carrying this amplifier. Now, the other numbers, the more important numbers. It's able to output 60 watts into 2 channels into 8 ohm loads, and that rises up to 90 watts per channel into 4 ohm loads. The gain for this amplifier is specified as 20 decibels, and the frequency response is given as anything between 2 Hz and 100 kilohertz. And 100 kilohertz is given as minus 2 decibels, not minus 3 decibels. So the real frequency spectrum goes even further. THD is a very nice 0.003%. Input impedance for RCA inputs is 10 kilo ohms, and for XLR inputs is 25 kilo ohms. Damping factor as specified by the manufacturer is 50, and it has some really good number for dynamic range, as it's given as 140 decibels. That's a lot, and I don't think I have any other clone or real amplifier that would surpass this number. Now, the power consumption is specified as 300 watts. I was able to measure my unit's power consumption as 297 watts. It's a constant consumption. It doesn't change with the volume level. It doesn't change with amplifier being in standby, meaning that you're not playing anything. So you have to be ready for something like that. Now, let's talk about the build, but before I will talk about the build, I will tell you one thing. This is pure Class A amplifier. It goes hot. It's using 300, almost 300 watts of power, and most of that goes away as a heat. And my unit heats up to 63 degrees centigrade. Now let's talk about what we can see on the outside and on the inside. On the front of the amplifier we have a power switch, we have a blue status LED light here. I'm not sure if you can see that in the camera. And we have something that looks like a VU meter, but it's not, it's a bias meter, and the needle should stay close to the middle. The front panel is really thick, it's something like 5 centimeters thick, and it's built with two brushed aluminum plates, this one and these guys that are held here by screws. If you've seen my first look video, I was noticing that it wasn't aligned perfectly. The differences here were minuscule, less than 1 millimeter, but it was very easy thing to correct that. As you can see now, it aligns perfectly on both sides. You just need to loosen those screws, align it, and tighten the screws. Now, the sides. The sides are one large set of radiators. The original one, the original Aleph 5 build, was a box that had radiators on all sides, including front and the back plate. And the original radiators were even larger. The fins were almost 2 times larger as far as I've seen on the photos. So these radiators are screwed to the blade that's inside of the amplifier. We will see that in a second, but these are also very solid, very big radiators. On the back of the device we have one set of balanced XLR inputs and one set of single-ended RCA inputs. These, according to the original manual, according to Nelson Pass himself, can be used simultaneously. I mean, nothing bad should happen if you connect both of them at the same time, but the manual and Nelson Pass are saying that the sound quality may be degraded. So just pick one of them and use just one of them. We have two sets of speaker tabs. These are regular speaker tabs that you've seen on many clones that I've been reviewing so far. Nothing different about them. We have a power socket here, and we have integrated fuse compartment here. As you can see, this is one of the zero zone builds. I've liked so far all of them except one. One was not really good, one of the tube preamplifiers, but I will try to correct that one. There was an issue with capacitors, probably capacitors. So I like the sound quality for all other zero zone builds, and yeah, that's a spoiler. I really like that one too. Now let's take a look inside. Yes, I've removed the top plate already. It's something like 3, almost 4, or maybe 4 millimeters thick brushed aluminium with venting holes on top, and the same goes for the bottom plate. There is also a set of venting holes over there. Now let's pause for a second because I will have to move the amplifier a little bit closer to the camera. Give me a second. And we're back. We can see two large toroidal transformers here. Both of them have labels. You cannot see the labels, but I've used some mirror and they are labeled for 300 watts each one of them. And this amplifier, this transformer is used by this channel board, and this one serves the other one. We also have a VU meter here, the bias meter actually. It's a voltage meter by Huawei. Metering devices. I will show you the label later. And we have two exactly identical amplifier boards, and they are quite simple. One of the virtues of the Aleph 5 is being a simple build. So let's zoom a little. Yeah, that's... Yep, like that. Okay, so as you can see, the board is marked by 0 zone, and we have 12 Nover capacitors as power banks for each channel. So each one of those guys is rated for 10,000 microfarads. So we have 6 of them here, another 6 here, meaning that we have 12,000 microfarads of capacity per each channel, doubling up to 240,000 for the whole amplifier. We have some ceramic resistors, we have some Elna Seraphine capacitors, we have just one German Vima capacitor, MKP capacitor here, we have one Omron relay per channel, and we have some Nichicon capacitors here and over there. All in all, good quality parts, and as you can see, and the gold one is also a Nichicon one. And as you can see, the build is quite simple. There isn't a lot of parts on each one of those boards. I will zoom further for you so you can see the board in slow motion. So special effects. The caps here are Nover caps, and they are rated for 85 degrees centigrade. So that's higher than the measured 63 degrees centigrade that I've seen on my IR camera. But I would gladly see them being rated for 105 degrees centigrade. Okay, so let's rotate the amplifier and let's take a look at the small boards in the back. These are for XLR connections. The single-ended inputs are just soldered to the cables. The cables are going to the boards on the sides. And as I was showing in the first look video, we have two separate inputs, one for single-ended connection and the second one for the balanced XLR connection here. And what else? Yeah, the speaker wires over there are not just one thick cable. These are braided wires that are going under the PCBs. If you take a look from the above, you'll see how neatly all the cables had been organized. And I really love that, because it means that somebody actually took care and love to place everything properly in this amplifier. Now, that's all about the build, and before I will talk about the sound, give me a second, I will close this, or maybe leave it open, but I will move it away further from the camera. Just a second. Okay, so here comes the talking head part without the head. So grab a cup of coffee or tea or wine or beer or whatever you like. Just sit back and enjoy and listen. So now this is the first time I actually had to redo a review for this amplifier. What happened is that at the end, when I was when I had everything down and ready, everything written down, I used another power cable for the power measurement because I've basically finished the review, I had everything ready, and I just wanted to measure the power requirement. So I've used another cable. For all of my reviews, I'm using the best set of cables that I have available here, and this means that for the original review, I was using the Dragon High Current. And as long as with Dragon High Current Pass Aleph 5 was a fine amplifier, suddenly the sound changed dramatically and in a good way. All of the shortcomings that I wrote down that I wished were gone were actually gone. So I had to do a full review again. And I finally settled with one of those fakes. This one is called untill, though the plugs say Odin Gold. Yes, this one we also have a review once I find the time for it. But it was way better than Dragon High Current. I suppose that because these cables, the current cables, high current cables from AudioQuest lineup right now, are usually meant for variable current, and this guy has a very steady power consumption, meaning there is no variable power consumption. So it sounded better with another cable, and I suppose that the Dragon source would also be a better choice. So I had to redo the review, so here we go again. I was telling you that because that's quite important, because this amplifier reacts in a very positive or negative way to the power cable that you will give it. Okay, let's talk about the bass. The bass is very tight and controlled, but at the same time, this is a Class A amplifier, so the bass is full and warm. It goes really low. It has power and kick and authority when needed. It's warm and organic, but not at the expense of clarity and resolution. Best Class A bass I've heard so far, easily on par with best AB class amplifiers I've tested so far, maybe with one exception of T9.4, but the T9.4 has some crazy damping factor, but other than that, excellent bass. Now, moving on to mid-range. The mid-range is very open and detailed. It's also very natural sounding. All the vocals have a great organic timbre. All the vibrating or throaty voices are coming in a very natural way. That makes this amp excellent for emotional delivery. So anything acoustic, anything vocal sounds scary good. Yeah. Now, turning up the page and moving on. Obviously, there is no sibilance or listening fatigue even with higher volume levels. This is again one of the few amplifiers that wanted to make me go louder and louder when I was doing my tests. So this gets us to treble. Treble has a very good extension. Remember, this is Class A amplifier, so it's airy, it's very open, but most importantly, it's smooth. It never sounds dry or analytical. It's always delicate and musical. No sibilance here too. Guitar strings sound sweet, even if at the same time you can hear every slide of the finger on the string. And that gets us to detail. There are tons of detail. All of the small nuances are there, and all of it comes from the black background. Naturally served for you to find. At the same time, it never sounds analytical, it never forces your attention to the technicalities. So that's an excellent example of the treble. Now, let's talk about the soundstage and imaging. The scene is very wide, with proper and precise center image. All instruments have good sizes and precise locations. That airiness and transparency from the treble helps with the imaging. The front image is like a continuous wall of sound. that makes your speakers completely disappear. Once you close your eyes, you won't be able to pinpoint the locations of the speakers. That's excellent. Now, but there is less depth information than from the best AB class amplifiers that I've tested. The image has clear layers. There are things that are happening farther away from you and closer to you. It's just that the layers are not so far away from each one, from another. The layers in the sound are clear, but they are quite close. So there is a depth information, but it's not very deep soundstage. And for all of my power amplifier reviews, there is another section of the review when I'm checking whenever the amplifier is able to drive my Martin Logan Ascent electrostats. And this amp properly drives my Ascents. That sentence doesn't sound impressive, but it is. This is the least powerful amplifier to accomplish that task. It also scales very well with Ascents, getting more clarity and more transparency. I've also checked that amplifier with M10s, if you've been following my reviews, my social feed. So I've checked them too, and yes, it's able to drive them properly too. Interesting, they got more height information than from Ascents. That was something that completely surprised me, because the electrosats basically have always great imaging. But with the M10s, I was able to get even more height information. The depth information was about the same. The width of the stage was slightly larger, it was wider, but there was clear height information. I was clearly able to hear some things happening lower, in the middle, and on the top of the stage. So that was a very nice surprise. And obviously, M10s with their bus drivers are going way lower. Yeah. But that's all for now. These will have their own video, and this gets us to the summary. This is an excellent amplifier when it comes to the sound quality. It was actually one of your recommendations. Some of you guys warned me against PAS Aleph 3 clone, and I found also some information on do-it-yourself forum stating that Aleph 3 clones are not that good in relation to the price of the amplifier. But this one was recommended in a couple of places, and then a couple of you that actually ordered that before my first look video or after my first look video contacted me later by mail or in the comments, and you've told me that this is a great amplifier, and I can concur. It's excellent. It ticks all the boxes except the depth info in imaging. It's still there, yeah, but it's not the best in class. But everything else is great. So it's engaging, it's transparent, it's emotional, and on top of that, you have to admit that it also looks good. I don't know how about you, but I really dig that look. It's not just a simple rectangular box. I know, it's not black, I know. But it still looks really interesting, it looks really good, especially with the geometric shapes here and the bias meter in the middle. So, it's class A for good and bad. You're paying for that smooth and natural sound with electricity bills. 297 watts is a lot, and you have to make room for that amplifier and take care about the proper airflow. My recommendation is, because you have quite nice feet on this amplifier. Let's take a look at them, by the way. Let's check if you can see them. Yeah, you should be able. They are pretty nice, but my recommendation is to use some kind of standoffs so you can lift it higher, so you can give better, proper airflow under the amplifier. Because if you've seen my short video on the temperature with higher camera readings, you will remember that this whole chassis works as one big heatsink. The whole chassis, meaning sides, front, top and the back. So you do want to have the best possible airflow around it. As it gets really hot, 63 degrees centigrade. And it gets, as I said, hot everywhere, not only on the cooling fins. Having that in mind, I can't help but just like this amplifier, as it really sounds excellent when it comes to musicality and technicalities both. So again, one of the largest sales on AliExpress starts on Monday. It's called Back to School sale, but the moniker name for that, actually it's an official second name for the sale, goes the modest mega sale. So it starts on Monday. Wait for lower prices, get some Ali codes, get some of the codes from the video description here. And remember about the cashback, you'll be able to get some money for a good power cord. Because yes, this is sensitive for the power cord quality and it will pay you back with better sound quality when you'll give it better power cord. By the way, with the Dragon High Current, my review was also positive, but it had some shortcomings when it came to detail, clarity and transparency. The timbre, the extension were all the same, but the detail, transparency and clarity had improved immensely with Nordost power cable. So, again, all the necessary links in the video description. My test system details in the video description too. If you liked this review and if it helped you in any way, you are more than welcome to support my channel by buying me a beer using PayPal link in the video description or YouTube super thanks under the video. Again, thanks for watching and have a great weekend, guys. Good hunting on mega sale. I'll be buying some stuff. I have a list. I always have a list of things to buy. I just have to limit my purchases to my available funds for my hobby. So, good hunting again and have a great weekend. See you next time, guys. Bye.